Hey, what's up, hello, how do you do, and welcome to my mind. My name is Storm Rose, and on this channel we put what's in here out there. So today we're talking about my to be read pile, which ironically is actually a pile at the moment. Back in July, towards the end of July, I got 5 books from the library because I wanted to read. I hadn't really had a chance at the beginning of the summer because I was so focused on looking into all of the college stuff that I didn't actually take the time to read like I usually do, which was kind of upsetting, but whatever. I read a little. I didn't stop reading completely. At the beginning of the summer, I had gotten a couple books. I got the Halflings book, which is the first in the series by Heather Birch, and I got City of Ashes. I believe that's the name of the second one of the Mortal Instruments series. And I also got the second book in the Finishing School series by Gail Carriger, because I owned the first book because I got it from a book fair. And then I found the second one at the library in my town. I actually got 4 books. I also grabbed a standalone called, I don't remember what it was because I didn't end up reading it. Like, I read the first couple of pages and then I stopped because I got overwhelmed with other things that I was doing this summer for school. So then when I went back in July, I grabbed the last 2 of the Halfling series and the last 2 of the Finishing School series, as well as a standalone, I'm pretty sure it's a standalone, called Bewitching, so that I could get some more reading in before school started. Because an issue that I have is that I don't know my town library so well because I always get most of my books from the school library. And at the school library, anyone can come up to me and be like, hey, do you know where this book is? And I can find it. Because 1, the school library isn't that huge, but 2, like, I know exactly how they organize things, I know where everything's at, and I've probably read most of the books that people come to me asking about. And it turns out, like, the series that I had started the last school year, I know where they're at the school library because I was reading them there. And another issue that I have with the town library is that every time that I go to get a very specific book, that happens to be the one that is already out. Like, I went there and I was like, I want to get the next 2, the second and the third book in the Mortal Instruments series, and also the first book in the Clockwork series, because I heard somewhere that you're supposed to read the first 3 of the Mortal Instruments, and then the Clockwork, and then finish. Or no, first 3, first one of Clockwork, next one, second one of Clockwork, next one, then I don't know, I need to look it up again. But anyways, I wanted to get these so I could get going on this series because I've been wanting to finish the series. And I also want to get the second book in the Red Rising series by, oh shoot, what's his name? I follow him on Instagram and Twitter. I don't know. He's very interesting and his books are very well written and I like them very much. And in fact, I've been thinking about that series this whole summer. And I haven't been able to read it because I didn't know where to find the second one at the town library, or even if it's there. And anyways, so I'm trying to grab the rest of the series, and that's always an issue when I'm going to the town library. So I ended up just starting a new series at the beginning of summer and waiting for school to start to finish these other series. So this school year I have a lot to get done. I need to finish the Mortal Instruments series, I need to finish the Clockwork series, I need to finish the Red Rising series, and I also wanted to finish the Selection series, and the Matched series, and I tried reading the one that's like about how like love is a disease or whatever, but I got so mad at the ending of the first book that I literally can't read the rest, and also someone spoiled it for me. So I'm probably never going to actually finish reading that series, which is not entirely upsetting because what they spoiled would have made me even more mad than the ending of the first book did. So I'm kind of glad that I haven't read that one. A lot of series to read once the school year starts, which is Monday. Actually, this will be out the Monday after the Monday that we start school. So I will already be catching up by then, hopefully. But I still have these ones to finish, even though I got them in July, which I usually can read a book in like 3 days if I like the book. And that just didn't happen because I've been so focused on looking into college stuff, which I know is going to happen when school starts too. So I'm going to be really frustrated with my reading this year. I know it. So I already finished the Halflings series. I finished both of those books. But now, to get to the actual to-be-read pile, I have this one. It's Waistcoats and Weaponry, which is the third book in the Finishing School series by Gail Carriger. And I love this series so much because the female lead is so strong, and I just love her personality, and like you can really tell in the book how she's changed from the Finishing School, because when she first started out she was like immature and all that blah 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 blah, and now she's a lady and she speaks in like the way that ladies would, and it's set in a steampunk setting, and I love the steampunk aesthetic. So, this, honestly, it almost seems like this series was made for me. Spies, steampunk, and strong women. I'm here for it. So, we have that, and I'm going to bring, this is what I'm going to be bringing to school to start off with, because I'm definitely finishing this series before I jump back into anything else. So, I have this one, and then also the fourth, and I'm pretty sure the last, hopefully, book is called Manners and Mutiny. And also, I love the titles. That's how I like to do the titles of my things that I write, too, with, like, alliteration and clever use of wordplay. So, I just love that series, and I'll probably end up looking into Gail Carriger a little bit more. I'm not a person that focuses more on the authors, which I feel kind of bad about, especially as someone that wants to be an author. I really should look more into that stuff. That's one of my goals this year, is to pay more attention to who has written my favorite stories than just the people in my favorite stories. So let's see how that goes. We'll see. And then there's also this Bewitching by Alex Flynn, and it sounds really interesting. It mentions Beastly, which I think is a book that I've read, unless this is not one of her other books, because I know I've read something titled Beastly, but it might have been like a Wattpad story, so I don't know. But I've definitely read something titled Beastly, and if it's connected, that would be interesting. But this is supposed to be, obviously, witchy, and I love witchy stories, so that's cool. One of my favorite stories is the Physic Book of Deliverance Dane, which my friend borrowed to me, and I still have not returned. Really should be giving that back. So, yes, we love a witchy story. So I'm going to try and finish these three, although I might not get to. I will finish these three. Those three are definitely on my to-be-read pile. And I also have an app on my phone where I keep a bunch of things that I want to do later on. And the book section is ridiculously full. And also in my notes, I have the series that I started at school that I want to finish. So other things on my to-be-read at the moment. Where are you? Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's right. I put it in my reminders, not my notes. So I want to finish the Shadowhunters series. It's called Mortal Instruments. I wrote it down, the Shadowhunters. It's okay. I want to finish the Clockwork series. I want to finish the Red Rising series. I really want to read the Outlander series, but I don't think I'm going to get to that right away because my school library doesn't have that, and I'm not sure that my town library has it either. The Delirium series, that's the one I was talking about, where love is a sickness. That I can't read that anymore. I had it in my list, and then I picked up the first book, realized I'd already read it, and I hated it, and that I'd been spoiled for it, and I put it back. And then I want to read the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. I'm pretty sure that I read the first one in like 7th grade, and I loved it. And then there was a movie that came out, which was meh. but I want to read that series very much, and I also wanted to finish the selection series and the matched series. So those are my to be read for soonish. Let's set a goal to get those done by the end of this year. That sounds decent. At the moment, we are going to say that these 3 should be finished hopefully by the end of this month. So if this is coming out the Monday after the Monday that we start school, that means that this is coming out on the 27th, which would leave me 4 days after this story to finish these books, although I will be starting them much sooner. I will be starting them a week before. So I technically have 11 days to finish these 3 stories, which is plenty, especially since I'm halfway through the one. So that should be accomplished, hopefully, if I can keep to my goals, although the beginning of the school year might prove to be a little bit more busy than what I'm assuming, and I might not be able to get it done, so I'm not going to be too harsh on myself if I don't. Anyways, if you survived through this rambling mess of a video, what you should take away from it, my to-be-read pile currently for the month of August is to finish Waistcoats and Weaponry, Manners and Mutiny, and Bewitching. And then I will make another video for the next month for the specific books from the specific series that I plan on finishing. Because by then I will know my workload for senior year, and I should have a better idea of how much reading I will be able to get finished. So, with that, I bid you adieu till the next Howdy Do. Peace.
See ya.